Respecting wildlife, a raccoon named Trouper was found beaten nearly to death when he was only 2 months old. He was going to be put down several times but defied the odds. Now his story has inspired a book and a campaign to become the first raccoon to serve as an ambassador. And I got to sit down with Trouper, his caregiver Dot, and the author writing a book about it. Well, that's right. Well, joining me is Dot Lee and Kyle Miller, two ladies who are on a mission to educate young people and adults too about taking care of wildlife, especially here in Southwest Florida. And we've got a special story here. And Dot, I'm going to talk to you first. You are Trouper's owner. Go ahead and give me a little bit of insight about Trouper and his story.
Well, Trouper, when he was 2 months old, was walking one early morning on a golf course. Some golfers came upon him, and for some reason we don't know, they decided to use a golf club on his head. And they beat him and then walked away and left him bleeding and played golf. It has been a friend of mine called me and told me he found him on the golf course. I went and got him because I was a licensed rehabber in North Carolina, and that's where he was born, in North Carolina. And I rehabbed him, which took a long time. Unfortunately, as time went along, I realized that he was blind, he cannot smell, he cannot feed himself, he's hand-fed, and he cannot climb. But he loves people, loves being touched, he loves being played with, and he loves telling his story to young people, which is respecting wildlife.
And I love it too. You're actually working to get Trouper to become the mascot for Crow, and you're talking to young kids, and of course respecting for wildlife is what your goal is here, to get more people educated. And Kyle, she's enlisted you and befriended you to kind of tell the story of Trouper, which is going to even further the education here. Talk about that.
Dot has been looking for a year for someone to write her story, and no one would bite, and she found one of my books and called me and said, I've been looking for someone to write my book. Would you be interested? And 40 minutes later, with goosebumps out to here, I said, yes, I think I might want to meet this raccoon. That was in May. And right now we are in process with his story, One More Day. And One More Day is very significant because he was almost put down 5 times. And Dot kept him alive one more day. And he's here today helping us spread the word about wildlife, protection of wildlife, preventing animal cruelty, and just educating kids and the public about his teachings.
And you have several messages. One of them that I think is interesting is really what to do. The acronym STOP. What to do if you do see wildlife in our area. And we come across all types of, birds and animals that may have been hit. And what should you do?
It says stop, and it's so easy for the children. And I tell children even as young as 4 and 5 years old that they're advocates for environment. They don't have to be an adult, because if they go by using stop, that means that they are helping that animal, and that's what an advocate is. And you can be any age to help wildlife and see that the animal gets proper care.
Well, you ladies are doing a great job, and I know that the kids could really relate to Trouper's story, and of course how wonderful to get to actually see the animal in action. So Trouper, you don't even know it, but you're a pretty cool little guy. So thank you both for stopping by too. We sure appreciate it, and we'll make sure we get that information on our website too if people want to find out more information about Trouper and maybe how their group can see him and you all and get that message out. Yeah, thank you, Heather Turco. I like that.
You did a nice job.
Yeah, they came by yesterday, which was really neat, and I think a lot a lot of people enjoyed it here at the station.
He was a huge hit at the station.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has pictures of him, and now he's all over Facebooks everywhere. But yeah, definitely a neat guy.
Very quickly, she mentioned the stop method. Dot did. That's slowly back, slowly back away. Tell an adult is the T. O for observe the animal, and P stands for phone call. Make sure you call the appropriate rescue service. And I don't know if you've seen, an injured bird, or and so it's important, get in touch with the people. Crow does a great job out there rehabbing wildlife, and they depend a lot on money, charitable contributions. So if you'd like to help out and find more information out about Trouper as well, that information on your screen, we're going to get it on our website too.
It's good because a lot of times you see that and you're like, who do I call? I don't know what to do.
What do I do now?
These ladies are here to get that word out, and thank you so much for coming by.